Hello, I'm Richard Winfield and I'm the author of the new Directors Handbook, and I'd like to answer a question that comes in from Elliot. Elliot is the head of sales of marketing at a company in the United Kingdom, and his frustration is about structure, and his particular question for me is how to create and manage a strong team of directors and senior management. Well, the first thing to do is make sure you've got the right people. So recruiting the right people is a good start, and in order to recruit the right people you've got to have a good job description. So the first thing to do, particularly with the directors, is to decide what it is that you require of the directors. Now, some of the directors will probably be automatic. There'll be a finance director, there might be a marketing director, a sales director, human resources director, whatever it might be. So they will to a certain extent be self-selecting. But even in those cases, when you are appointing them, it's to bear in mind what is required of them, because you require different things from board members than you do from heads of department. You require a different approach to networking, a different approach to trawling for information, and a different level of thinking. So that's a start. Next thing is, of course, that you should have a number of non-executive directors. And again, in the non-executive director case, you need a job description. And the job description should not just be non-executive director. There are certain things you need from a non-executive director. But the likelihood is that you will also want specific sorts of things, like access to a network, industry experience, perhaps past experience of going on a flotation, or something equivalent. And the interesting thing is, I've worked with companies where they've got those skills within the board, but the individual directors have not necessarily known that that's what the chairman expects of them. So the chairman, I think, first thing is you set the job description, then you recruit accordingly, but then you make sure that there is an understanding and agreement with the chairman as to what it is that the directors are expected to contribute. So that deals with you getting the right sorts of skills. But the word team is very important, because a board of the right skills can still be dysfunctional. So getting the right team is to do with getting personality. And there are personality tests. We use Wealth Dynamics, but there are a number of tests that can be done to identify the sorts of personality, the sorts of strengths that you need within a team. Because what you need is a range of personalities, so that you have a range of complementary and compatible. And it's important to get that range. It's also important then for the individuals to understand what each person's personality type is and how they contribute to the board as a whole. So that will enable you to get a strong team of the right people who can relate to each other in the right way. And then I think the next thing is that in addition to how you run the boards, you should recognise that the board is a social organisation as well. And you should therefore devote some time to this classic team building, time for people to get to know each other, time to get people to work together, and time for people to build good relationships. So I think that covers the range of things that you consider when building a strong team of directors and senior management. But the most important thing, I think, is that everybody knows why they're there, and that you've got the right balance of skills and the right relationship between personalities. So if you'd like to read my book, obtain my book, The New Directors Handbook, anybody can get hold of that. I shall put the links on the next page. You can read the first 3 chapters at no cost, or you can buy the whole book, and we don't charge for post and packaging. We send airmail to anywhere in the world. Thank you very much.